Ay, this ain't a drill. Only time I'm playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we bout to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. 716 make them pay me some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keyshawn and hit and talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Podium podcast, sponsored by Reese Tea. We are the home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I am your co-host, Aramis.
Melly Mac. 40 Keys.
And listen, we want to apologize. We got a little bit of a late start, but I promise you it's going to be worth it. We are waiting on Coach D to get in here with us right now so we can do a Coach D's Corner bit in the show. That's right. We're going to do it live so you can ask your questions live, so you can get the film review live. And we're going to do a little bit of a spin on it this time, right? Because obviously the All-22 came out a little bit late this week, but we're going to spin it into what the Bills can do better in this game against the Seahawks and what they need to change, what they need to work on, and I'm sorry, what they need to change and what they can build upon. I'm sorry, those are the two sides of it. So
now you said it right. What they can change. You said it. It was cool. That was good.
Fair enough. So until we get Coach D on with us, what do you guys want to start with first?
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me first? We good? Just making sure we're good. All right.
Oh, yeah. All the audio issues from the past couple episodes.
Yes.
They should not exist.
So, Mel, what you got?
I got some stuff, but it's kind of I don't know if it's too old stuff.
Wait. Before we get to that, what happened, Key?
What?
We got the throwbacks on, and you just come in a hat, and you think that's cool.
Yeah, where your jersey
It is.
Key.
Roy, did I wear my Yankee hat? No? Okay, then. How old is this shirt? It's a throwback. I've worn this a couple times. Throwback. I'm in compliance. All
right, fair enough.
And before we do that, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I see a video circulating that's pissing me off right now.
Which is?
Oh, I got salt. Josh Allen's Himothy? No.
Oh, yeah.
No. I coined that. Tell me I ain't say that.
You did. You've been saying it for a minute.
I've said James Himothy. No, Josh Allen cannot have all the monikers. You are JA-17. You are Winter Soldier.
He can't
you
have
are
that one.
Mr. Gillette. Pretty hair. Whatever.
Pretty.
James Cook, you are going to be Himothy until you are not Himothy any longer. Okay? Okay, I had that. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
Had to get it off my chest.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, Mac, I believe you had the floor before. We both interrupted you, so please.
Now, I don't know if y'all talked about this already, but did y'all see that T-Mac and Vince Carter is buying a stake in the Buffalo Bills?
I don't know if we talked about it, but let's talk about it again. Because no, you can't do that.
We didn't.
I know. You know,
I texted it to y'all.
But you can't do that.
Well, why not?
Because what's the other guy's name? I don't remember his name.
T-Mac and Vince Carter.
No, the other guy.
Oh, the third dude. He's like a soccer star
third
or
dude.
something like that.
Okay, we're not doing that.
I'm with you, bro. We ain't talking about no soccer.
He might have more money than all of them. He might be that sweetener that dude was talking about.
He may be the financier.
Oh man, I gotta look it up. Go ahead. You talk about it because I gotta find this guy.
Listen. How do you feel about it? Because like a lot of people are doing it, like especially athletes are taking stock in the NFL and just in sports in general. I think is genius, man.
Is it Josie Altidore? No, wait, I don't know. Go ahead. Anyway,
I think it's genius because like a lot of the athletes, like I'll never forget this joke that Chris Rock told. He's talking about Shaq and talking about how Shaq is rich, but he's not wealthy. Mm-hmm. He said the wealthy person is the person that writes Shaq's checks.
Yeah.
And when he told that joke, I was like, man. I'm like, hear me? I'm like, dude, I would love to be Shaq. Shaq is a multimillionaire. But he made a good point. He was like, just imagine the dude who paying him. I'm like, yo.
But Shaq is wealthy.
Now he's a freaking billionaire.
Yeah, now.
Yeah. He owned everything. But I think that's the move, man. Like if people want to know about business and like financial strategies and stuff like that, that's the move, man. Be an owner. Like own a franchise, like that's the move, man.
This is for entertainment purposes only. No financial advice.
No. Forget no. We telling people to own it.
We gonna tell them as a financial entertainment purpose.
Listen, if I had that much money, I would try to buy a team, at least something in a team.
A team.
I would try, man. Because, like, I remember back in the day, Key, when I was first watching football, it was just up and coming. Like, you see a couple of, like, black quarterbacks, right? But never have I ever seen an owner.
Right.
Like, I'm like, that's crazy. But if somebody could one day just own a football team or own, like, fully majority own the team, like, I'm sorry, you made it, man. You made it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the money. That's what you call it, capital gains on top of capital gains.
Yeah.
You know, that's paying off them dividends, everything. I mean, honestly, you're right. I mean, you know, anybody, if you can afford, and Pagula got in at the best time. And, you know, this is obviously not about politics, but did you see an interview with Trump?
Nah.
He was talking about how, you know, they said, how close were you to the bill? He's like, not even close.
Really?
He said, not even close. He said, yeah, he said they got a fine owner. Pagula, he's a great man. You know, whatever. But he said, yeah, I wasn't even close. And you know how much money he throws around. So, so to say that tells you, to your point, how much pull you have, how much influence you have when you can own a whole team. You know, even the lowly Buffalo Bills, finger quotes, don't cancel me. You know, that speaks volumes to what you can do. I mean, look at the stadium. I had a coworker telling me and another coworker about how much her PSLs were going to be. You know, I mean, it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. But we knew that already. We talked about this, and that's why we're going to make sure we got CBS and Fox Network. I will invest in NFL Prime, all that plus whatever it is at all time,
and it'll still be less than Spectrum.
It will be
still
way less than
all them services be like $150. Still less than Spectrum.
Now, this probably not gonna happen. But what if the day came where T-Mac and Vince own the majority of the team?
The majority?
Like, they was like the owners of the team. Like, they make the shit. They make the decisions and the moves and stuff like that. What would you think they would do? Because, like, I'm sorry, these dudes is legends.
Yeah.
Legends, bro. Legendary. And I know they know how to win, and I know they know how to ball. So, but football, like, I don't know. I think they'll
has
bring
either
that.
of them won a championship in back when they played?
No.
I don't think they did.
No.
Right?
Vince might have been a part of something. I can't remember, but I know T-Mac didn't.
Nope.
Okay, so my thought is, I think one of the first things they would do is immediately transition to, we're doing whatever it takes to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? And that's a completely different mindset from, we want to be viable, we want to win for multiple years, we want to be a perennial, playoff team, and like, that's a different mindset. They're two totally different things. If you look at what LA did, and I'm talking about the Rams, they were in talks with Sean McVay. Sean McVay was thinking about leaving, and this was for a couple of years in a row. Like, we heard about this the year that we thought Aaron Donald was going to retire, but then Sean McVay had been in talks for a couple of years, right? And I think the year before that was when they won the Super Bowl, right? But it was very like, yo, we got a shot at this thing. We gon' get OBJ here. We gonna get Von here, and we gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? We know we got the guy in Stafford now. Sean McVay feel confident he could do it. Like, we gonna go win this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, and I've heard a lot about this Myles Garrett trade now after we, talked about it in detail. And there's other guys like Zadarius Smith that are available for, a little bit less than what Garrett would be available for if the Browns decided to eat that contract. The only reason I'm interested
in Myles is because it's a steal. It's like getting Madden 26 for $3.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's like getting Madden 26 for $3. That's what this is. This is like, it's criminal. So, like, let me in on that. You can't go wrong with this. He can snap his ACL right now. You still made out because you got him for 3 years at just an insane amount of money for us.
Right. But, all of that is to say, though, I think a move like getting Myles Garrett here says, you know what, we got a real opportunity to win this whole thing. And I think the Chiefs saw the writing on the wall when they went and got D-Hop. They won a game with two healthy receivers. And so now you're starting to see these teams starting to wise up a little bit, because I mean, the Ravens are at the top of the food chain right now. Like, let's not even play around with it. I mean, the Ravens lost to the Chiefs first game of the season, but they were a toenail away from
It's
winning
the
that
Chiefs
game.
in the first game. In the first game of the season, everybody thought the Chiefs were going to the Super Bowl already.
Right.
Week 2 Super Bowl.
So I don't know. I mean, I think if I was running the Bills, or if Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter were running the team, I think their mindset would be like, yo, we need to bring a championship here. I want to win. I want to have a winner.
Yeah, I think what that is also is it's the youth mentality. Because Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter are only, 47, 48 years old.
Yeah.
They're about the year apart, and you're not even 50 years old yet.
Right.
It's just the mentality of youth. Mm-hmm. You know, you talk about defensive mindset, offensive mindset, but it's all about the age and what era, what generation you grew up watching, what you wanted to see. If you like prime time, you like Barry Sanders, you like that kind of player, that's what you want to bring to your team. Yep. Look how we build our Madden teams. Yep. You like a certain kind of quarterback, you like a certain kind of wide receiver, and I like a certain kind of a different kind of team. I'm a traditional guy. Right. Yeah. We all were the same age. Okay.
You didn't have to stop. We're all the same.
But
age.
I'm saying we build our teams differently based on how we liked, how we fashioned the team that we grew up, idolizing.
Right.
That's a good point, Key. I never thought about that when I used to play Matt and how I used to build my team. Like, you're right, I always build them the same exact way, but I never thought about why I'm building them this way. It's just that's what I grew up watching. Like that's what got me into football was seeing those players like Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, Art Monk, like all those dudes, Andre Reed,
Steve
like
Largent,
James Lofton, like those dudes. I was like this. I'm like, oh snap!
Look what he did.
You know what I'm saying? And then on the side you got Barry, Emmett, Thurman. I'm like, man, like that's what. I'll be honest with you, I can't even name defensive players unless it was on the Bills,
right?
Because I was all about
the
offense, the running backs, the wide receivers, and that's how I built my team. Because like when we used to play. I didn't really care about the defense. Like, give me my quarterback. I'm like, give me my wide receiver. We good.
And I loved it because I'm like, yo, he loved that dude there.
Yeah, right. You love dumpster diving in.
I did. I always will.
So Coach D is in the building.
No, he's
right.
not.
We got He's
a virtual building.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, man. The salt, bro. I thought we said this at the beginning of the show.
No,
anyway,
I think I signed a waiver.
Oh gosh. All right, we gonna bring the man himself on. Coach D is in the building. What's going on, Coach D?
What's up, man? What's going on? I love the topic.
We can't hear nothing.
The subject of topic right now.
Let me see if we can hear him.
You guys are.
Hey.
I know.
Y'all got
I can't. Let me see. Where is he connected to?
The best part about this?
What?
In 2 weeks, Mondays, whatever. And Fridays, I got till 8:30.
Oh, all right. Let's try this again.
Boom.
Say something else.
You talking to me? Y'all good? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there he is.
Yes, sir.
There he is.
Boys, what's up?
What's going on?
Not much. Just listening to y'all talk about Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
How you feel about that?
From what perspective?
Well, I mean, they're minority owners in the team. My theory has been, Pagula's trying to, work his way out, and you and I have talked a little bit about that that idea, you know what I mean, that theory. But this is one of the ways that you do it is you start getting minority owners on. They start taking on a little bit more responsibility, maybe because they're players. They might know a little bit more about how to win. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, I mean, they're basketball guys. I mean, they would have to really establish themselves as guys who know the football side of things, who know the game before I think they would have a voice in really determining, how the team is constructed, how you go about hiring leadership, So I think they're a long way off before they come into a space to where we'll have Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter making decisions from a football perspective. As far as from a business perspective, I'm sure they get a vote or something. Do we know the percentage of ownership that they have?
I think it was 30%.
Really?
30%?
I think it was 30%.
That ain't bad. 30%.
And it was Josie Altidore.
But
we're gonna put him in there too.
Yeah, but it's the combined. So all three of them. So technically, they're all sharing 30%.
Yes,
so I don't know how they're gonna boil that down, but
Okay.
Well, I mean that gives them almost a third percentage of ownership. So I'm sure they'll get more involved as they learn. I'm sure there's going to be an onboarding process as they learn the whole matrix of owning an NFL franchise. So I think we got a couple years before we see them like in the war room on draft day.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So where do you want to start today? You got to give me a time here, and I'll have
I'm good. Let's run through everything you send me. Like I've looked at them. All of them are pretty good. I mean, we can comment on all of them. Me can jump in and talk about them. So
okay, all right, cool. So let me get to what I sent you, and we'll go to let's start with you ready for this? We're gonna start with your boy Hamlin.
Yo, kick rocks. Kick all the rocks. Kick all the rocks. Go ahead.
Can you take us to 1326? 1326.
Don't do it, Mel. I thought we was cool.
Hey, Key, I got you. Hamlin,
okay. All right.
I got you. I got you on this.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get this going here. You got it? Yeah, 1326.
There you go. 20. That's fine.
Yeah, and then just
let's see.
You got it?
Yeah, leave it right there. That's good right there.
And as soon as the play, yep, right there. Okay, all right, here we go. So,
I'm ready. Go ahead.
That should clear up in a second. So a little grainy.
Actually setting it up. I'm gonna say it from the back to save my boy Key. Actually, Hamlin was not wrong in this particular case.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what this play is. You know
what
this play.
Because it was one of those exotic coverages that the Bills. I love like to look at it now. You would never think where they're going to end up. And when you're doing this exotic stuff, you gotta get where you're supposed to go. That's the focus. Like get where you're supposed to be. Right. And in this particular case, Hamlin was supposed to be between the numbers and the hash. Okay. Probably closer to the numbers. So he was focused on getting where he was supposed to be, and the guy ended up making a great read and sitting down between him and the backer, and they actually fooled the quarterback on this. As you
really?
They actually fooled the quarterback. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. And
this is the play. This is the play where Bernard was protecting middle. He was forcing him out.
Yeah, Bernard was supposed to sit in the middle. So when you look at the play right now, it looks like a cover 3 look. You got the safety Hamlin in the middle of the field. It really looks like a cover 3 look. You got the corner up top. He's 7 yards off. You got the middle linebacker in the middle of the field. You got Johnson on like right on top of the numbers. It looks like a pure like a classic cover 3 look, but that's a snap of the ball. Watch what happens. Freeze it. Now what you got? You got a 2 deep 5 under, right?
Yeah.
And so what happened when it was a cover 3 look, the quarterback, he expected the slot, the closest slot receiver to be wide open. If you look at the space, when you go back, like he should have been open. But now that they're in this look, he should have actually came off and went to the top receiver, who ended up coming wide open. But he stayed.
I think that was Ridley. Is that Ridley?
He came wide open. Right? He missed that. That's actually probably would have been a touchdown.
Okay.
But Hamlin is focused on getting where he's supposed to be. The idea is to have 5 defenders across the 10-yard line. Right? You see Bernard in the middle. You see Hamlin. Bernard is from hash to hash. Hamlin is from hash to numbers. Johnson is from numbers to sideline. So they're supposed to have that whole half of the field covered. The other linebacker, I can't remember who that might be. He's from hash to numbers. And then the outside corner from numbers to sideline. So it's supposed to be a 2 deep 5 under. Hamlin has to get to where he's supposed to go because that top receiver could come behind the corner and run a dig, and he has to be there. So in Hamlin's defense, even though the guy ended up hooking up right in between them, he has to get between the numbers and the hash. That's his first responsibility. So I shouldn't say he's not really paying attention. The coaching point would be as you go to where you're supposed to be, still see what's going on and squeeze that gap as much as possible.
Okay.
So that would be the coaching point.
That's good. What speed do you have this on before you go any further? Click on that widget, the gear at the bottom right. You click on that. Click on speed. Put that on. Yeah, you can drop that down and make it go slower so you can really dissect the play as it's happening.
0.5 or 7.5?
5 is fine.
5 is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. perfect.
That way you really can dissect what's happening in real time while it's going on.
Okay.
This is how I watched it. This is why an hour and 20-minute video takes me like 3.5 hours to watch.
So go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Because then you'll see what the quarterback saw at the pre-snap. And that's really what the Bills want to give you a picture. So if you look at the inside slot guy, he can go up 10 yards and hook up, he's wide open.
Okay. Yep.
So he's in his mind right now, that's where I'm going with the ball. And this is the difference between a Josh Allen and this guy, because Josh would have came off and threw it to the guy at top for the touchdown. Well, this guy here is he locked on and never came off.
Mm-hmm.
So Taron Johnson is
He's in the slot right there.
he's over the defensive end there, right?
yeah.
And then who's that in the middle? Is that Dorian Williams?
It should be Dorian.
No, I think that's Bernard.
Bernard's on right in front of
Yeah,
Hamler.
so I see what you're saying. It looks like Williams is the Mike at that point.
Right.
Before the snap.
Before the snap.
And then when they drop, go ahead and play it.
You can watch the drop now. You see how far off Benford's playing.
Right. As they drop, Benford goes to the middle. Hamlin comes down to the curl flat, to the curl area, curl dig area. Bernard takes away the seam route down the middle of the field, and Johnson goes to the Johnson goes to the flat. So it's again one of those exotic things that the Bills do to confuse the quarterback, and they did in this case. They still got it was a good read, good throw about a receiver and the quarterback.
Look at Ridley.
And then coach,
look at Ridley.
His hand. He got his hand up.
He's saying I'm open.
Yeah, he's open.
He ready to go. He won it. He know it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but again, here's the effect of a false pre-snap.
Right.
Here's the effect of it. In essence, they take away a touchdown by disguising the coverage. They think, or the quarterback thinks the slot receiver is going to be open for the curl route. Quick curl route, won't throw it, we're good. But in essence, he should have came off that and went to the top.
Got you. Okay, we need to jump out real quick to get our cameras back on, and we'll jump right back in, and we'll be set up for the next play. Just give me 2 seconds, okay?
Yep.
All right. Yep. All right, perfect. So let's grab that one and put that there. Perfect. Okay, so now the next play is the run by Tony Pollard. And
I know this one too.
yeah, I wanted to pull
Watch
this one
Tuhill, please. Watch Tool.
Who? Watch who?
Him right
Casey
here, right?
Tuhill.
Yes, watch Tool.
Well, actually,
When are we gonna
I wish we could highlight him.
watch it? I wish you could tell us straight up.
We'll get there.
So let's do this. Because actually, there's a lot. I almost think they miss a line.
Really?
They definitely did. Definitely did.
Miss a line, right? Because when you look at it, they got 6 guys to the short side of the field, and the Titans only got 4 guys to block 6. When they might have missed the shift, but it could be right. We don't know. But when you look at it, the play, the key block to make this play successful is the block by the center on the defensive tackle.
Yep.
Who's playing in the gap. He's playing that gap technique, and he cannot get reached on this play. Like, that's the whole key to make this play successful. He can't get reached by the center. This is probably one of the hardest blocks for a center.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got a guy sitting in the gap that's coming off the ball, that's got any kind of force about him, like, this is a hard block.
Say that one more time. Any kind of what?
Any kind of force.
Exactly.
Right.
That's my takeaway from this game. I like how you said that.
If he ain't coming off the ball, then this block is easy. But if he's coming off the ball, you'll see this is a hard block. But I think they could possibly been misaligned because there's not enough guys to the strong side. It just could be a bad call. But we don't know that specifically. But if you run it, you'll see that once the guy goes in motion, stop it as soon as he gets behind the quarterback. Oh, I'm sorry. Stop it.
Max running.
All right. Now if you look to the top of the screen, you got the center, guard, tackle, tight end, and wide receiver. So you got 5 guys really to block 4.5, I should say, because the guy's in the gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the key to this play is right there. Is the center being able to reach the outside shoulder of that tackle. Everything else is hat on hat. Now, what you asked me in the text was, what can the Bills do to prevent runs like this from happening against Seattle? Get off blocks. Running. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
Watch that
and pause.
Look at that.
Everybody's engaged. If number 10 at the top was trying to block it all, this could be a bigger play. But as you see, right, you see everybody's cut off. This is one of those zone read plays where everybody's cut off. It's push, it's drive the guy where you want to go, and then cut off the backside. And you see that's what happens. You can run it. Now stop it. I'm sorry, pause it. You see how early Bernard and Johnson got in. I mean, the middle line, what's 42's name? I can't think of his name. Williams gets engaged. They got plenty of time to get off these blocks.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get off the blocks.
Look at Williams' position right there, right where the start button is. Look at Williams. He's not even engaged. He's engaged in the offensive lineman.
Well, he's doing it with one arm. So my question to you, I want to call you Pop, Coach, would be Williams' position. Should he be driving this block to try and squeeze the hole, or like how does he? What should he be trying to do at this point?
Well, you would like him to take this block on what Bernard is taking the block on.
Yep.
So you want to squeeze the line of scrimmage. You want to squeeze that. You want to crunch the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of space now. You want to crunch that. So for whatever reason, I don't know if he didn't read it right. I actually think he should have been bumped over. That's the one who I think was really misaligned. And you'll see at the end of the play, he kind of punches his fans like, man, like he wasn't right about something. And I think he was misaligned because he shouldn't have been. If he don't get reads, these are the 2 key blocks. It's the center block and the block on him. If he was misaligned, he made this block easier. And I think that's what the case was. You can run it. I want to see the tight copy as well. You can really see it on the tight copy.
On the next video, I want you to tell exactly what you see. But what I saw was Tuhill and Austin Johnson lose the rep. So I saw Tuhill, he got walled off, and Johnson got walled off, and they went right up that gap. It was the easiest run you could possibly have by a running back.
Yeah, and that pretty much happened by alignment. So it's hard to blame Johnson because he was outside shoulder to tight end. That's easy for him. The one who really got flushed out in film was the tackle, the D tackle. He the one that got flushed out. Let's look at the tight copy. Look at the tight copy. You'll be able to see it a little better.
Yep. This next one is going to really show you what happened here.
Just let it roll. Right here.
Yep, right here.
You can pause it now. You see 98 in the gap. Like for the center to reach his outside shoulder should never happen. That should never happen. Like, and I'm going to tell you, that's what the D tackle is telling him. This should never happen. Run it.
He loses the rep instantly.
Like right away, right off the rip.
Look at that. It's already walled off. Easiest block ever.
But for the center to get to that upfield shoulder,
exactly.
Should never happen. And I'm sure he heard about that, because he didn't even get any help. Normally the guard will punch down to give the center some help. He didn't even give him no help.
He didn't need it.
And so that makes the guard's block easy on Bernard. Now the opposite guard now can come up and reach Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Williams is slow to react. He should be on the other side of the hash by now.
He's still looking.
Yep. He's slow to react. He's always slow to react. That's the problem with him.
And Bernard is already upfield.
Look at that. It's already
look at it.
For an NFL running back, that's a goal mine.
Yeah. And if Hopkins was to block 47, that would leave Hamlin by himself, and that could be tough.
Yeah. Okay. So the last one I want to take you to is a route by Keon Coleman.
See, this is the kick with me being on here. When you show me a defensive lineman, it's over with. I'm like, look at that. You see it?
He all over it.
I was engaged in the mud on that one.
But really, Keith, really, that's like when I say he got chewed out in the film room. Like he's like, yo, this should never happen.
Absolutely.
That should never happen. You should never
On
get
no
free
level.
in the gap by the center who got to snap the ball first.
Opposite shoulder is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It should never happen.
Yeah. Matt, can you take it to 49-49 for us, please? 49-49. So this to me was a little bit of a that might be an understatement. A little bit of it looked like a lazy route. Mm-hmm. It looked like it.
It's a rookie route, man.
Okay.
It's a rookie route. It's what it is. I like my man Q too, but it's a rookie route.
All right. So we got it up. Yeah. All right. So here it is. Here, go ahead and play it. And
no,
at the top,
this not it.
Yeah, this is it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So take it back to pre-snap. So this is supposed to be one of those rub routes, so to speak, right? Where the slot receiver runs an out and Coleman slips underneath, and just watch his feet at the top of the screen here. Watch his feet. There's like no wiggle at all.
Well, what he's trying to do, he's trying to freeze the corner, right? So he's trying to get the corner to stop his feet. He knows he has the pick coming. Yeah. And it's not the front of the route is not bad, right? What he should do, though, what he didn't do, and this is probably going to be his greatest challenge with him being a taller receiver. He has to play lower. He got to get his pad level down.
Yeah.
So that once he froze him, that initial hard jab step he did with right foot, he got to drop his pad level.
Yep.
He got to give that defensive back the illusion that he's about to go past him.
Okay.
On the outside. He got to threaten his outside shoulder. He didn't do that. I would rather him had kind of studied. If I'm coaching him, I'm saying I don't have a problem with you trying to stop his feet, but you gotta attack his upfield shoulder, his outside shoulder, to get him to turn a little bit, which then puts him trailing you, which makes it easy for you to run off that pick. Yeah. But that's not the problem. You want to see a bigger problem? You want to see a bigger problem?
Yeah.
Watch the center and the guard.
Yeah.
Oh God, here it comes.
Josh ain't have a chance.
Oh my God.
He have a chance. Problem on this play right there. That's the biggest problem.
What was he seeing?
Well, who's seeing the guard? I don't know what they was looking at. I don't know what they was looking at. But somebody got to pick up the backer.
So is this a, because obviously the center's in charge of the communication.
No, I can tell you what he's saying.
Huh?
I can tell you what he's saying. You didn't watch the whole all 22, did you?
Not.
If you watched the whole all 22, you would know. Tavondre Sweat and Justin Simmons took turns victimizing McGovern the whole game. The only offensive lineman that we had that handled both of them was Torrance. He was the only one that handled them by himself. McGovern needed double teams. What's that?
Let's look at the tight cap.
That's the next one, yeah. Yeah, Torrance is the only one in single, and they were switching on him.
Because what happened, Josh had to get rid of the ball early. Keon actually came open late. If Josh didn't have to hurry the throw, it would have been a good play. Right? But watch what I mean. I don't for the life of me, I don't know what like it's easy read. It's easy. You just got to communicate. You see him coming. He didn't hide it. Like,
center just whiffed.
These two, like he looking that way.
No, the reason why the center's supposed to pick that blitz up, but what happens is the center's been helping out Edwards all game long. The whole game, the center's and Edwards been double teaming, so they're conditioned to do that the whole game.
So what happens is this: there's a call.
So.
Right? What happens is once they point out the mic, they make a call. So everybody should fan a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is you had the guard fan to the right and the center fan to the left. Somebody's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's wrong. If everybody fan to the right, 76 would fan to the right, he would pick up the D tackle. 66 would pick up the blitzing linebacker, and the guard Brown and the guard would take on the defensive end one-on-one. Somebody's wrong here. This should never happen. I hate to think the center's wrong. Probably 64 is wrong. He probably should have fanned left. It looks like everybody should have fanned left because the center, the guard, and the tackle both are fanning left. He went right.
Okay.
54 went right.
I can see that.
So I think he was the one that was wrong. This is what messed up the play. It wasn't a route, which wasn't a bad route, but it was this debacle right here.
Can you bring that back a little bit, Mel, on so I can see who Brown had? Is that a free rusher on the right side of Brown?
Yeah.
Because that's my thing. If that was a free rusher on Brown and Brown didn't let that outside rush come,
Let it play. You can play from them.
yeah, that's good. I'm watching the outside rush on Spencer Brown's right shoulder. See, Spencer Brown lets him go, so I'm thinking that Spencer Brown didn't get the call right. I'm thinking Torrance supposed to have that rush he picked up. They missed the blitz completely. You're right about that. But I'm thinking that some miscommunication happened on that right side. Because there's no reason that rusher on the right side, that end over there on the wide was that
It's easy, though. You're right. Brown should pick up the end. 64 should pick up the guard. And the center should pick up the defensive linebacker. 76 got the D tackle. It's easy.
It should be easy. That was just a big miscommunication. Because watch the end and we already saw the blitzer, but watch the end. Nobody's looking at the end.
He came free.
Yeah.
And that's what really messed the play up.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, we're going into week 8 now, right? And I guess the question becomes, how do the Bills fix this? Because it seems like these are, I mean, even Joe 335 says, why are these guys still struggling with basic DT fundamentals?
I don't think they are. I think what it was, like I said, in this game here, Tavondre Sweat and Justin Simmons were too much of a match for his offensive line. They disrupted everything because they switched. If you watch this all 22, or if you watch the game slower, you'll see they took turns switching on David Edwards. They never ran man up. They switched who was the 3 and who was the 1.
Isn't that they was doing a lot of twisting too?
They were twisting. They were twisting. And what I noticed was David Edwards was getting beat, so they moved McGovern over to help him out. Torrance was single up on whoever he had across from him, and the rest of the line played itself. Where that's not going to happen usually.
To Key's point, when you get in games like that, and you got one guy dominating another guy, you always want to try to help him out. But I mean, the caller's right. You're like, you can't like by this time of the year, something not like that.
Mm-hmm.
You should have down. But believe it or not, like this will go on. You know, you blow some calls sometimes. You blow some reads sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You just hope you're not in situations where you could have had a touchdown like this situation.
Okay. Did y'all have any other questions about the film review before we close that part up?
I'm good. What are you doing?
Good. Okay. Coach D.
My man.
Man, I like doing this.
Yeah, it's good.
I like the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? I like having the fellas here with me, too, when we do it.
Yeah.
We're going to try to keep this up as much as possible. I think one of the reasons we wanted to do this, like we talked about, is it's a little tough during the week to kind of get everything out, by Wednesday, because sometimes, like this week, the all 22 ain't out on time. So I think this makes it a lot easier. For everybody that's watching right now, we're going to do this every Friday. I think this coming Friday, though, next Friday, right? You won't be able to be there.
I'm going to see nephew next week.
Oh, listen.
I'm going to see
Johnson
nephew.
on his way up. He on his way up. He on his way up to the NFL. He gonna kill it.
They got Oregon next week.
Oh yeah?
They're gonna be tough, but
Who they got?
nephew gonna be all right.
Oregon.
What'd he say about him? You talked to him about him yet?
No, because they focus on Michigan State. This Michigan State week, so everything is like locked down. Like they locked down. Like I shot him a couple of text messages, but other than that, no, they locked in. But with Oregon, I'm sure like he played against a couple of those guys already, so he's pretty familiar with who they are and what they could do. So he'll be ready.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, Will Johnson is Damaris's nephew, and he plays for the Michigan Wolverines. He is the number 1 corner in the nation, right?
Right
he
now,
might as well be the number 1 player in the nation.
Yeah. Right now, Mel Kiper got him and Travis Hunter being 1A and 1B first pick in the draft next year. 1A, 1B. He won't say. He said depending on whatever team gets there, but he says these are the best players, and he leans towards Travis because of his offensive capacity a little bit.
Yeah.
But depends on who gets that first pick will determine whether or not nephew is first or Travis is first.
Man, I can't wait. I mean that's your house anyway. The draft day is that's your wheelhouse.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So all right, listen. Pop, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Coach D, man.
I'm sorry. It's
Coach D.
Okay.
I work with my dad, and I called him by his first name. You gonna address Coach D when the camera's off? Pop.
Fair enough. Jeez, you see how I get killed? All right. Coach D, thank you for coming on and joining us. We look forward to the next time we do this. Man, have a good rest of your night. I'll talk to you later.
I'll be listening.
All right, cool.
See you later, brother.
Yep.
All right.
Quick clarification: they got 25%, not 30.
What?
Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and
Quarter.
Josie Altador.
You better put some respect on his name, Josie Altador. He's only worth $16 million though, so he's not really a big player in this.
Yeah, so they got 25% of the Bills.
Wow.
The Bills are worth $5.8 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that stadium is about to be worth $5.8 billion
Right.
at this point. Like, they keep adding money
When
on
they keep adding on to it, yeah, it's gonna be up there.
So, I ran some numbers on the Seahawks.
Wait, let me have them. You had numbers? Oh, we got numbers, baby. We got stats. I like this.
Did you know that Buffalo is 6-8 in Seattle?
Yes.
Lost 8 games, won 6.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that we haven't been there in almost 20 years?
Yep.
Like
2002.
2002.
Yeah, we haven't played them at all since 2020.
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
Because Josh beat them here.
Yep.
But going down there, the last one was what? Tyrod?
No, 2002.
No.
Bledsoe.
No, Tyrod played them last. That might have been 2004.
Well, that wasn't. That was probably here then.
No, it was there.
It was there.
Remember the game where Richard Sherman blasted Walt Powell?
Walter Powell. No, I don't remember Walt Powell.
Yo, we almost had them boys.
We had Walt Powell.
Bro, we almost had them boys.
Whatever we did against it was
with
a blessing.
Tyrod Taylor and Gillis Lee, we almost had them boys.
I mean, Tyrod wasn't hot garbage. Okay, let me clarify this.
But this is the premium Legion of Boom. You talking Sherman? You talking what's the safety name? Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
They had the Legion of Boom,
See,
baby.
Let me clarify this. Tyrod was never trash, okay? But see what happens when people
Wow! Wait a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait a second.
Wait. Let me double down.
No,
wait. You don't like this. You don't like this. You don't like it.
Okay, fine.
Kyle Williams was never trash. See? I said 2 for 1.
No, Roy, you know what it is. He just saying that so we don't jump on his back.
Man, I'm already here. Yeah. But no, the reason this is how my brain works, and this is how it's always worked, even in basketball as a child. When you're not the best of the best, and people talk about you like you're the best of the best, I start to hate you subconsciously. I don't even want to do it, but like the more people gloss people that are not like all pro level, like they're the best of the best,
like Deion Dawkins.
That ain't my boy.
I ain't saying.
No, you would have said DeMar Hamlin. That's a different story. No, you would have said DeMar.
We already saw DeMar Hamlin.
We talking about wait. So Marmar.
Oh, my God, that's right. Oh man, that's what they call him. That's what the
man Marmar. But no, like for real, like if you think about it, people talk about the greatest of all time. It's not even in the conversation, but they talk about like he's that dude. I'm like, yo, he sucks.
Right.
Because my mind is already saying this is the argument against it.
Right.
So when you're in Buffalo, what do we do in Buffalo? Well, Buffalo fans, they latch on their favorite player, which is fine. But let him be a favorite player. Don't give me why he got stalled out of the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Right.
Why he got stalled out of MVP talks.
Just because he's your favorite don't mean he's a star.
Right. If you like Trent Edwards, cool. Obviously, that's another one. Cool.
Well, speaking of players we don't like.
Deion Dawkins, go ahead.
Nope. Remember T-Dot?
Yeah, I had stuff on him too, but that was later. Go ahead. You want to go into him?
So
25.
You know the Seahawks just traded for Ernest Jones, right?
That we played last week. Yes, we just played him last week.
Really?
Yeah, Ernest Jones was the 4th.
Huh?
Is Ernest Jones the 4th?
Yeah, that's right.
We literally just played him.
So they traded for him and immediately put him in Tyrell Dotson's spot.
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
the other guy's hurt. Tyrell Dotson's supposed to be playing. Oh, you mean he slid him over?
Yeah.
Okay,
They slid Dotson over to the weak side, and they put Ernest Jones right in the spot that Tyrell Dotson
All he can play
was
is middle.
Yes.
All he can play is middle. That's the
I found out why, though.
Why?
Tyrell Dotson's giving up a 70% catch rate.
You know what's funny about that? What I like about this? Shakir.
He can't cover.
Shakir and Dawson Knox. Shakir went 2 of 2 on Ernest Johnson. Dawson Knox, I think he had a catch on it. Ernest Johnson had like a PFF score of 46 in coverage against us last week.
Yeah, he's
so
not.
Guess what? Give me a second helping of that.
Yeah.
So now he's supposed to be, even though his numbers are not that good, he's still better in coverage than T-Dot.
Well, T-Dot is a run stuffer.
The Seahawks seem to think so.
Right.
We knew what it was last year when he was here. We knew he couldn't cover to save his life.
I support that 100%. Give me that.
Right, exactly.
Did he cover better than Dorian Williams?
Who, T-Dot? Probably about the same.
Yeah.
Probably about the same.
Yeah. Which was funny to me because you had Dotson who had more experience.
Right.
You didn't need to start Dorian Williams if you knew they were essentially the same player.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just keep the guy with more experience. How much? Well, I don't think we were going to pay him what he got paid in Seattle, though.
We weren't. But see, that's the thing. See, can I just go there real quick?
Sure.
When people poop on Hamlin, people poop on Baylon Spector, people poop on Alec Anderson who wants to fight everybody. He's in the wrong sport. He's in the wrong freaking sport. He needs to be in WWE. Yeah. He needs to be in hockey. But anyway, I digress. The guys that are starting now, Damar Hamlin, Baylon Spector, you're getting what they call it, experience. Mm-hmm. We've seen you as a starter. We don't have to next year say, well, I hope if whoever the safety is goes down, hope our backup can start. He started the whole year in 2024. That's true. He's not going to command big money. Yeah. He's a backup. He's an average starter backup. That's what you want on your team is depth. You don't. I'm sorry, Mike Edwards, but I'm going to go here again. This is what Damar Hamlin, those kind of signings will get you. Out of Mike Edwards, out of those kind of signings where you go outside to get a 30-year-old player that you get a 1-year contract for. When you got him in your system, you can cultivate him at a lesser salary.
Oh, wait a second. I owe y'all. Y'all going to the clink. You know what y'all did? Because I asked y'all 2 episodes ago now, since we in this one, who needs to be replaced out of them safeties? Who you taking off the field and who you putting on? You trading for somebody? Is there somebody in the building? I don't think it's anybody.
Oh, we never answered it?
No, you never answered it.
Well, no. You know why we didn't? I remember you answered it quick because I asked you a caveat and then we got sidetracked into something
Correct.
else. Yeah, I remember
why y'all going to the clink.
No,
I'll answer my question.
No,
y'all going to the clink.
What was it? Okay. So are we talking about, so we're going outside of the team?
Because there's nobody in the building.
There's nobody.
And Mike Edwards ain't getting on the field.
Unless Lewisine, unless you're talking about him, which we don't even know what he is. Yeah. Kareem Jackson is on the team, I believe, somewhere, but they don't care about him either.
He's on the practice squad, ain't he?
Yeah, him and Cena, they don't care about them. They'd rather go get Micah Hyde, which is a new hot topic, which I don't want to derail you again, but that's the new hot topic.
No, I mean, while we're there, can we just drop that whole
No,
story?
we can.
The Micah Hyde thing, like, is that something, like, are you about Micah Hyde right now? Are you interested in that?
So, as a player, I like Micah Hyde. I wish he would have got a ring before he called it quits. But at this point, just roll what we got.
I mean, we can drop it. Post-Podium podcast fan, we can drop it. But
True.
The national media, the other Bills fans, no, Micah Hyde, he's going to come in and save the day. He's going to do what he did against the Chiefs when he had that corkscrewed onside kick recovery for the touchdown. All that, he's going to do us all over again. He's a savior. What are we being saved from? What did Damar Hamlin do wrong? What has Taylor Rapp done so wrong?
So that's what I was about to ask. Is that is the media seeing that as a glaring hole? Like, oh my God, the Bills safeties needs help. Like, is that what they're seeing? Is that what they saying?
Just because they ain't got nothing else to do.
No. I wouldn't say that. When you're used to the level of safety play that we've seen the last 7 years with Poyer and Hyde, then yeah, obviously I think this is a downgrade, and the team is going to want something to be done about that. But aside from that, we did discuss Damar Hamlin or Taylor Rapp, and that's why I asked about both, because right now it seems as though Taylor Rapp has made more plays on the ball than Hamlin has. I'm just based on what I'm seeing and what I believe to be true. I think Hamlin is kind of gotten lucky with his 2 picks. He's been in the right place.
The 2 picks, yeah.
Because they were overthrows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I had to choose, I'm thinking Hamlin is out of place. Both safeties are out of place. If you're playing them both together, technically both safeties are out of place because you need at least one cover guy, right? So if both are out of place, then you can say, all right, well, I'll keep Hamlin and I'll replace Rapp with a cover guy, or I'll keep Rapp because he's played better doing both, and Hamlin is out of position, so now I'll get a cover guy to replace him. So that's kind of the mindset behind that. Like I don't need it to be Hamlin. You know what I mean? It could be Rapp too, but again, who's the cover guy that you're getting in to replace him?
That's where we've been, and I think that's where we stymie ourselves on the last when you asked the question because. We talked about Cameron Kinchen. We talked about Bullard. We talked about all the guys that we could have had, and that's where I ran down the list of guys we could look at, and that's what took us off because I went to the draft in 2025. But no, if you think about it, like you said before, this is what they want. They want two of these kind of safeties. They don't want that middle of the field guy, and that's it could be a detriment. Because if you look at the defense, I put in my notes when I watched all 22, the whole defensive backfield plays backwards. None of them attacks the ball. So to say it's Hamlin, that's an indictment on him. To say it's Rapp, no, they're all backpedaling. Even as far down as Benford and Douglas, they're backpedaling. They do what Levi Wallace did before.
Let's try this again.
I would say out of the two,
I'm done with you, Key. You're not answering my question.
We're having a conversation.
I think Hamlin is a better tackler. So in the run game, it depends on what you want. If you want to shore up the run game a little bit, I would keep Hamlin. Trade off Rapp to get that coverage guy.
Okay.
But if you want, stop big plays from happening, you're scared of the big play, then I'll reverse it because even though I think Hamlin's a better tackler, I think Rapp is the guy who's going to give you those big hits when you, those crucial catches where you can't have, oh, snap, he caught it.
Yeah.
Stick him. I can count on Rapp to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
He may drop it, he may not, but I can count on him to stick him. So maybe – I don't know. So I think it's whatever you are afraid of the most.
Well, what if
you afraid of? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you afraid of getting gashed in the run game, or are you afraid of those big plays over the top? If you're afraid of the big plays over the top, I say you swap out Hamlin for the cover guy. If you're scared to get beat in the run game, you swap out Rapp for Rapp and then keep Hamlin.
I think real quick and then
go
to your thought. I think the mindset for Sean is not giving up the big pass play. You know what I mean? If you notice over his tenure, he's fine giving up big runs. You know what I mean? In his mind, that stuff we can shore up. That's fundamental football and all that.
What you mean? The worst run defense in the league is finally giving up big runs? What?
Of course. Damaris Johnson TV says, what do he say? The true test for these safeties is down the field passing game. Yeah, I mean that's what I think Sean sees it as. He also says, and being put in a position to have to cover man to man. See, that's one of the things that Hyde used to solve. You know what I mean? And even Poyer, to a degree, had that ability. They both played corner before. You know what I mean? So you had that ability to man up with your safeties and cover with your linebackers and corners. Essentially, you kind of just reverse the entire backfield of your defense in a sense.
I'm about to impress you with this. Did you notice against Tennessee? The tell in the game was if Hamlin was not the single high, if he was in the box, they were running man because he was manning up on somebody. Hamlin was manning up.
If he was in a box, he was manning up.
If he was in the box, 10-1, it was a man play. They didn't have Rapp running man on anybody. They had Hamlin running
just
man.
The last game or through?
Well, I just noticed it because of Tennessee. I saw a lot of single highs. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I saw Hamlin trailing, and I said, okay, I get it. And I was glad that Coach D pulled up that play on Hamlin with regards to Terrell Bernard because I did, believe it or not, think that this wasn't his strongest game. But a lot of people saying this is his strongest game. So I'm like, what exactly are we looking at? What do we want? But what if I told you that Taylor Rapp has a higher average depth of defensive targets? What if I told you DeMar Hamlin has more tackles, but Taylor Rapp has more missed tackles? What if I told you that DeMar Hamlin, if you do the eye test, because we don't do stats here, but not just that. But what if I told you that if you watch the bird's eye view cam, one safety is always moving towards the ball before the other one. And that one is number 3.
Hamlin.
Number 9 is still backpedaling. I'm not talking about that play I like to make fun of where he was running, whatever. But the thing is, I'm not beating the drum for him. What I'm saying is we can get better than both of them. We can replace both of them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you have them on your team, you can do worse.
Right.
Because some Bills fans will tell you, let's go get Poyer back because he's been wasted in Miami. Let's go re-sign Hyde. Let's do this thing. What do you thought? When does it end?
I don't know if Poyer just unhappy where he's at, but he looks like he's not. He not with it.
They're horrible. He's
He
used
looks
to
like
having
he's not
Josh
with
as his quarterback, having Stephon Diggs as a wide receiver. And I know he's not there anymore, but that's what he's used to. And without Tua there, they don't even have a receiver.
Well, he's coming back this week.
He's not wearing the cap.
Is he gonna play?
Yeah.
He's expected.
He's
to
not
play.
wearing the cap, though. What do you call it? I forget the name of the thing.
I call it the NBA Jam
Guardian
head.
cap.
What do you
The
call it?
NBA Jam head.
I call it
Remember that
toadstool.
coach you can put in? They got the big head.
I call it toadstool. Actually, I put it on X. I put it on X. I said, enough is enough. I put a little toadstool with his spinning. But the thing is, like, even though you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, when you don't have Tua, now that situation is egregious. That's egregious. You know, I don't want that to happen in Buffalo with Josh Allen, and we'll go into that. I think we'll go into that a little later. But when you're pampered with that kind of treatment, when you got Josh Allen, even on the other side of the ball, going to Miami, going to L.A. the Rams, Tre'Davious White, who's now being a healthy scratch like Mike Edwards, is a culture shock. It's
How much are
eye-opening.
they paying Trey White right now? Because Joe 335 is saying, would anyone mind picking up Trey White and putting him at safety?
I would. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
You done with the experiments?
I'm sick of it. Onward and upward.
I think he could do it though.
I think he
if he's
could
gonna be
do
a
it.
healthy scratch at corner. Let him try safety.
I think he could do it, but I'm just ready to move on to youth. That's where I am with it. I'm really just ready to move on to the youth. I don't want this what do you call it? This revisionist stuff.
With the go all in mindset, you're not gonna get a 26-year-old stud
Right.
for a reasonable price.
No.
You know
Not
what I
unless
mean?
they're from Cleveland.
Well,
Who else they got?
yeah, that's
Wyatt Teller, what you doing?
They got Grant Delpit.
Yeah.
Grant Delpit, he's a good. He's not necessarily a great cover guy.
He's a pretty good safety, but
he's a playmaker, man. He's a playmaker. He's physical though.
And that's the gotcha, and that's what I want to highlight for Bills fans to say, you know, our defense, our safeties are trash. It's not that they're trash as much as they're being asked to do something different than what we've seen in the last 7 years. We were pampered.
Yep.
We had the best safety tandem in the nation. Well, I'm talking like this is college. In NFL. In the world.
There you go. In the world. NFL is the world.
In the world.
Poyer and Hyde was bad. Man.
They were it.
Nice. That was nice.
Perennial all pros.
Yep.
Perennial all pro. When does that happen? Together.
People who didn't like the Bills used to say, "Yo,
Yeah.
y'all suck, but y'all safeties is good.
Look at them.
y'all
Look at them
safeties
too.
is good."
Yeah.
Who played Madden and traded either one of them? None of y'all. Did you?
No, I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did.
No.
Trey White's cap number for this year is $3.485 million.
We got 2.1.
I mean, if you prorate it or if you
That's what I'm saying. Even if you half that. So we said 3 point what?
3.4. Well, it's 3.5 basically.
3.5, just 1.7. If you're going half, that goes just with $400,000 for Trey White, which we already had.
At safety. What if they got Trey White, brought him back to play corner, and put Benford at safety?
Your head would explode. Your head would explode.
No, it wouldn't.
I think
It
people
wouldn't.
It wouldn't?
people be pissed off.
Huh?
People be pissed off.
I think
If they did,
world would be
I
pissed
think
off.
that I would be used to that. I'd be like, you know what? I've seen this show before. I've seen this show before. It's not outside the realm of reality I've seen for the last 7-8 years. Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to bring up to you guys about the Seahawks. According to the stats, the Seahawks are a much better team on obvious passing down and distance, but they are a full 10% better in 3 spots on the defensive line. And it really, that speaks to their ability to rush the passer, but also the coverage ability of their secondary. This is not a defense you want to get behind on, especially in down and distance. The Bills need to throw early and often to stay ahead of the sticks. It's not a defense you want to play with.
Well, 100%. This is why. This is why I say that, because we've already demonstrated the fact that you can throw over the middle against T-Dot, which you've known from practice, Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. You know, which even Joe Brady has seen in practice for half a season. or more. You just saw Ernest Jones last week. You know you can get off on him. If you don't use Keon Coleman like you did last week, because those were not plays that you haven't run before. Those are plays that Josh wasn't looking for before. And before people say it was Amari Cooper, it was not. I know Amari Cooper changed the way we played offense, but Keon Coleman did not get off as a direct result because the big plays Keon Coleman had, Amari Cooper was over there drinking Gatorade. So Keon Coleman has been doing this, as we've talked about, show after show after show. He's been doing this. Yeah. He's been there. You've seen he's not going to take it to the house. I don't care. He had 2 plays of 101 yards total in 2 plays. Mm-hmm. This guy's a playmaker. Get him the ball. And what that does is that leaves your boy Kincaid open. Guess what? Now we got a mismatch with Shakir. Now you got Amari Cooper to deal with. What do we do? What do we do? How do we defend that offense?
Do you think because they have DK listed as doubtful now?
Mm-hmm.
You think he plays?
Nope.
No,
I don't think so.
Did you see his? You see when he got hurt?
No, I heard.
I didn't see it happen.
Oh,
no,
man.
It looked bad.
It looked bad. But here's the weird thing. People say like unless it's like twisted, when you see a bad injuries, they always say if the ones that hurt is the ones that don't look bad. Like when Tre'Davious White just kind of fell and just kind of like, oh, it didn't look bad, he was out for the season. Yeah. Or those ones look kind of bad. Case in point, Mike Evans got a hamstring. DK got an MCL, I think, the knee.
Right, yeah.
But they're saying his is tore. So like the footage is kind of cool the way they got it now. The technology, they took like his leg and they showed you what the tear looked like. And they're saying it's a small tear. It's not a whole tear. It's a small tear.
I'm getting nauseous.
But that tear,
Go ahead.
that tear is supposed to have
Yes.
2 to 4 weeks to recover. So this is not going to be in that recovery time window. So here's the thing. They can rush him out there and make him play, but I don't think it's worth it. I think they might as well have him sit, let him fully recover, and just use Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett.
Right.
Lockett is their first down. He's their first down monster. Half of his catches were first downs.
Yeah.
They go to him for first downs.
Yeah.
Obviously, and Jigba's their top receiver in terms of receptions.
So Metcalf's their money guy. That's their
Metcalf is their deep threat.
Oh yeah, he's got 568 yards on 35 catches.
Yeah, he's like over what is his yards for a catch? About is it 10, 12 yards a catch or something like that?
You got it, Mac.
16.2.
16. I'm sorry. Yes, 16.
16.2.
Yeah. So that tells you right there all you need to know. So and the thing about that is if our defense plays majority zone, that's not supposed to be a man beater, and that's when you should if you know football, understand what they're asking Rapp and Hamlin to do.
Yeah,
they're asking them to contain that. They don't want them behind them.
Yeah.
Give it up in front of you. And so what you're going to see, well, if he was going to play, what you're going to see catches. Yeah. You're going to see 15-yard catches, but nothing's going to go more than 15, 20 yards.
Yeah.
Now this may play to our advantage. Geno Smith threw the ball so far this year 279 times. Josh has thrown it 90 more times than Josh did.
Yeah.
So they throw a lot. Kenneth Walker, he's only got 65 carries. And we know how the Bills run. Cook's got 82 carries.
And he's not 30 yards a game.
And he's not even like he split with either Josh Giddum or Ray Davis or Ty Johnson. Like Kenneth Walker, he gets the majority of them, but he's got 65. So they pass way more than they run.
Yeah.
But since DK is out and they know the Bills suck in the run, they may run the ball more. Even though that's traditionally what they don't do. They traditionally pass all over you. That's what Geno Smith likes to do. But in this case, they may want to pound the ball.
See, what's weird about that is I've seen a few of their games, and oftentimes for the first half, I'll say, they're like neck and neck with the team. And then second half, they're playing catch up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where all the passing comes from. But this is the game plan for both teams in this game is going to be the same. And I think that's one of the reasons why I said the Bills have to establish the pass game early, because if you do that, you're going to be able to be multifaceted throughout the rest of the game. Because now the defense has to respect your pass game. It's a good pass defense, don't get me wrong, but the Seahawks defense, it's the same. They're weaker against the run than they are the pass, but we have what we believe now can be an elite passing game with Amari Cooper in the building. So go and show them that they have to fear that. Make them back off the line and use the pass to set up the run. I think Steve said we can attack Seattle with our running game if we just be creative with it, aka don't just mash into the center on every first down.
I hate
right. And you listen, Leonard Williams is in the middle of that bad boy. He is no joke. Still at this age, he's still no joke against the run. He's their best run defender.
I agree, but I think if we glean anything from that, what we just came off of is nowhere near. This is nowhere near what we just saw.
No. That's true.
And that's the thing I glean. Yeah, with Sweat and that's the beautiful thing about that. We just played against Sweat and Justin Simmons, which pretty much like we discovered.
Yeah.
Eight to the left side of that line apart. Deion Dawkins was horrible on Sunday. I know you want to smile in your head. He was terrible.
I'll behave.
But I mean the thing is, we fall down, but we what? We get up.
We get back up.
And I think I think Sanders just was the who fell down. Dawkins fell down a lot.
About to say he can't say, hey, he can't say no sack on Josh. Yeah, you got a sack on Josh.
You got a sack on Josh. You got him hit a couple times too. He's like, I hate giving these layups. I really hate these layups I'm giving you right now.
I'll take everyone I can get. I don't care if it's choreographed. I listen.
It's not. I'm not giving this guy. I'm not giving him any material, guys. I'm telling you.
Roy says, I tend to think of this. I tend to think this is one game Seattle will run the ball more, at least early on.
Yeah. You want to know a stat about that? Yeah. Seattle is averaging almost 3 yards before contact. What do we have?
That ball when they want.
Statistically, the worst defensive run defense we have. There is in the league.
Yeah.
So that's a recipe. And they don't even use Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker averages, I think they said, about 35 yards a game.
And then there's no Bernard and there's no Dwayne Carter.
So now you got Balin Spector playing?
And that works to our advantage, honestly.
You think so?
Balin Spector against the run? Yes.
Against the run, yeah. He's a better runner.
Against the run, yes.
Then my man...
Yes.
My man B-Nerd?
Well, you got to think about it like this. But Bernard is very effective because he's quick at shooting gaps.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he's more likely to get a guy at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield because he just went so fast that the lineman or the fullback or whoever's, lead blocking can't get to him in time. But with Spector, they're going to be able to squeeze holes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm just checking.
He missed that one. Too much football jargon today. He fell asleep.
So I mean, I would take Spector in this game, but again, it doesn't lend well, like Steve said, it doesn't lend well to the passing game and defending the pass. Right. So it's.
How do you feel about Carter not playing?
You know what?
Oliver's back though, right?
Oliver is back. He played last game.
But I kind of like the rotation of him and Carter because he was playing again.
This is what they're
It feels like Carter's a little more physical than Oliver, doesn't it?
It feels like he has the juice with him. Like he try to make a name for himself.
Well, what is with Carter? Carter's not a rusher like Oliver. Oliver likes to get up. He's a pin your ears back and go. Okay. And that doesn't work in our defense because we got the light and the booty tooties at linebacker. You heard it. Hit the button. Anyway,
light and the booty tooties.
The booty tooties.
The booty tooties.
You can hit man. But no, we talked about Dwayne Carter on draft day with Rico, where we said that I don't really see a lot out of him in terms of pass rush, but he's a run stuffer. So what that's going to glean is they're going to bring up either Branson Dean or everybody's favorite. Well, some people hate it, Zion Logue, which is a rookie out of Georgia. Or what you'll also see is our favorite mainstay, Elianku back.
Oh, God, no.
He's always around. He's just waiting for his chance. He's like, hey, coach.
He's never going to get it. Like, can somebody just tell him? Like, just don't even answer the call when they call.
Well, it could be Gable Steveson. That would be egregious. That'd be egregious. But no, I think that Balin Spector and if you game plan, you tell Ed Oliver I need you to fill a gap. and not go to the quarterback because Geno Smith is a bad boy. Geno Smith is leading the league in yardage. He's leading the league, and he's actually, I think he's got more completions than at least the top third of the league. So
yeah, like I said, he got almost 90 more attempts than Josh.
Yo, his completion percentage is nasty though, and Seattle is the second safest passing team in the league. So he's throwing more than Josh. He's throwing more than everybody. He's the second safest. When you contrast that to Josh Allen, who was like, I think this is the second highest turnover worthy play per pass season of his career. Yeah. Like Josh said, and I quote, "Oh, I'm throwing interceptions. They're just not catching them."
Yeah,
he got that game breaker on.
I like that he recognizes that.
Honestly, I like it, but I don't care.
You don't care?
No, because he's a gunslinger.
Yeah.
You throw them interceptions, guess what? Throw me some touchdowns too.
Right.
I don't care as long as they don't affect him. I think that's where I'm going. Like,
okay, Uncle Mel.
I don't want it to affect him. Like, I want you to sling it, but don't get mad when you throw an interception and it cripples you from making that. Because basically, I want to say, hey, coach, I threw an interception, but if I had the opportunity again, I would throw it again.
Yeah.
That's what I want him to do. I don't want him to be fearful because he's going to scare you. He's going to throw an interception.
I think that was Sean's problem with Josh. And I want to like really think for a second, like, have we ever seen Josh have a problem with his own interceptions? Because I think that's like, I think that's why Sean had an issue with it because like, Josh, you threw 3 interceptions. Yeah,
I was going to say.
We won the game. So what? You know what I'm saying? Who cares?
We won them.
Matter?
Right.
I was going to say.
350 and 4 touchdowns. So what? Like,
yeah, I mean, even in the Jets game last year, you went, 120-something yards passing and 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. It wasn't until he had the 3rd interception somebody was like, yo, think smart. Nobody said nothing to him. He had to, like, yo, Steph was like, fam, the first 2 I got, but the last one, that was a weird one, you know, and McDermott like, yo, you're right, you know, but that goes to, Josh Allen knows. If he doesn't, let me put it like this, if he doesn't know by now what he means to the team, if he doesn't know by now what those interceptions versus his touchdowns versus his yards versus his impact begets, I can't use you.
Yeah.
I can't use you because I can't, you're 29 years old. I can't coddle you no more.
Right.
You got to sink or swim. It's over with.
It is time out for giving milk. It's time to give you meat. You're not a baby no more.
Well, okay, so, pause. But
there's no more milk in the bottles. We're giving them meat.
Yo, bro.
I didn't say tubular meat.
Yo, Judy about to fall apart. Judy fall apart.
Yo, what is that?
Judy about to fall apart.
Judy is
He like, did you just say what I said? You said it
pieces.
again?
Huh?
Judy like, you said it again?
Yeah. So I wasn't able to find this, and I really need to start calling you earlier for these types of things.
I love
it. Geno Smith's accuracy under pressure or his completion percentage under pressure. Do you have anything on that? Because one of the things that I noticed with Geno is he's not one of those Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Josh
mobile.
Allen.
He's not mobile.
Well, I just mean in terms of getting out of the pocket and throwing on the run. Like, even with that, he's more likely to just pull the ball down and run to get yardage as opposed to trying to scramble out, look down the field, and get the ball down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He's got 12 scrambles for 12.5 a scramble. So that's kind of lends to what you're saying. But he only scrambles 12 times. You said he's throwing the ball a hell of a lot of times this year. So, no, I think Geno Smith just rather take the hit. He just rather get smacked.
So he's not going to try to extend the plays.
No. Okay. He's either going to get the ball out or he's going to pull it down and try to scramble and get the yardage. So what that says to me, and this is based on what I've seen too, and I'm sure we'll find some more stats that kind of play that out. But you got to get pressure up the middle on him.
You might need it. He's averaging 1.5 yards a carry.
Oh, so he's
not
going anywhere.
No.
So you right. He's the weakness is any other immobile quarterback's weakness. You get up the middle on him, you get pressure up the middle, and he'll fall apart. He'll pull his eyes down, he'll look to run, and now all of a sudden you got useless receivers for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yep.
And that's what you want. So to me, that's what they have to focus on, even if they have to blitz. I think this is going to be one of those games where they do need to blitz a little bit more than they normally would because, A, it's a bad offensive line, And I don't want to run the risk of Tyler Lockett tearing our zone to shreds. He's that good of a receiver, and Smith and Jigba is a great slot guy. Yeah. I think both of those guys can do a good job of finding spots in the zone to sit down and get the ball. And Geno will find them. Mm-hmm. So you can't give Geno time. You can't give that line time to set up. You got to force them to win this game with the run. Mm-hmm. You have to.
Yeah. I mean, Geno's the epitome of dink and dunk at this time.
Yeah.
And he does it well. I mean, like, honestly, like you said, he takes the hit. He'll throw the deep ball, but he's reading short to long. So reading short to long, you're not going to have the ball that long. You're not in the pocket that long. You don't have a lot of time to get there. Now, the problem with the Bills is the aggressive Bills are one of the bottom 5 teams in terms of blitz percentage. So we don't blitz at all.
Correct.
They depend on the front 4 getting home. If you watch that game if you watched all 22, and I really got into it, you can tell probably by now. Both D tackles were double teamed numerous times. They double teamed Ed Oliver and Daquan Jones. They double teamed Dwayne. What's his name? Dwayne Carter.
Carter. Yeah.
They double teamed Austin Johnson a lot. But where was our pass rush? Where was Epinesa? I know Rousseau. Let me just explain something to you. After watching the game again, Rousseau's performance was not anything game breaking. Mm-hmm. He won nothing with his hands. He won nothing with counters. If he didn't get through the right tackle, if he didn't get unblocked, he was stymied. Mm. There was no movement. There was nothing where he won on the strength of his skill. He won by the offensive tackle being that bad. Luckily for him, this week they have another offensive tackle that's pretty much the same. So if Rousseau doesn't get that half sack, get to that quarterback, what are we talking about?
Yeah. We got a couple of questions in the chat here. So to bonus legs. I didn't know the horn was going to get some assistance. That's nice. T-Bone says, quick question. Should we even consider Curtis Samuel as a weapon anymore? Because he stayed on the injury report and still needs to be healthy before being utilized better.
I think at this point, you saw last week what our cream of the crop is going to be. To me, it's going to be Cooper, Coleman, Kincaid, and Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
That's your receiving core right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll let you answer and then I'll ask.
No, I think once again, and this is kind of my wheelhouse because he said the way. Well, I was listening to Thigh Doctor, and he said that the way Samuel fell, subluxation. Now, what that is when you have a partial dislocation. So if you partially dislocate your shoulder, what you're doing is you're putting a wear and tear in your labrum. And labrum tears, you can't do all this stuff. Yep. You can't catch the ball. Josh throws the ball. Ask Amari Cooper how hard Josh throws the ball. So, that really inhibits what he can do on the field. He's not going to run the ball because he can't hold on to the ball in the cradle. So, no, I think Samuel right now is an afterthought. The experiment, they need to pack it in and move on. Maybe they can move on after the season. They got out.
Would y'all give him another chance if he's fully healthy though, to see what he can actually do, or you just say, nah, we're good?
I mean, we're still playing Mac Hollins, which is not a slight on Mac Hollins, but the point is when he's on the field, there's a shot. But I don't see him being healthy. This is his third injury.
Yeah, I mean, you're next year you might be able to, because I don't think the Bills are going to re-sign Amari Cooper. That's just me.
Neither.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but next year you'll be left with Curtis Samuel, Shakir, and Keon Coleman. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could run that out there if you're feeling pretty good about Curtis Samuel at that point. But I don't think he has a spot left on this team anymore. I mean, with Amari Cooper being here, I think in my mind, Curtis Samuel had his opportunity to show in training camp that he could be, a number 1B type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the Bills didn't think about him that way when they got him, or maybe they saw something in camp that was like, he can't win outside, or he can't block outside the way we want him to, so he really can't play outside in this offense. Mm-hmm. I think blocking has a lot to do with it, first and foremost. But let me ask you guys this. Knowing all of this, do you let him get healthy and then – well, I mean, the labrum, how do we have a timetable on that? Do we know?
Well, that's the labrum part of speculation, but that you have to go in and really investigate. The subluxation part probably happened.
Okay.
And all that really means is your joint popped out and popped back in real quick. I've had that a million times. Actually, when I did it, it helped me.
Yeah.
So
I think I actually see you do that. You popped it back in before.
Yeah.
You're playing basketball. You're like, oh, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, my career's
crazy.
over.
That's no, I might get 60 in that. Anyway, so I have to ask. I mean, do you let them come back and still play this season and then trade them in the offseason instead of letting them go for nothing? Like, this is my thing, and this is the way I operate in Madden. This is like, if I have a commodity. Mm-hmm. I'm not just dropping the commodity unless I absolutely have to with no compensation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for me, I don't ever want to see the Bills just go, Curtis Samuel, you can go fine. Because what if he goes to the Chiefs? Or what if he goes to the Ravens? Or what if he goes to somewhere else that kills us and we didn't get anything for that? You know what I'm saying? At least with the Xavier Worthy thing, is like, all right, you got two guys out of that. You got Keon Coleman and who was it, Carter? Yeah. Yeah, so you got two players out of that deal that are making a pretty decent impact in their rookie season. You know what I mean? They're not stars yet, but, Kyle Williams Jr. will get there. And
make it better. Make it better. We want more than that.
So yeah. So I mean, do you trade him in the offseason?
I would listen to offers.
Yeah, once you came up to the realization that, you know what, he don't have a spot on the team, I think you got to try to see what you can get for him. Get something, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a late round draft pick, something.
Okay. One more question. Where is it? Okay. Super Promo, what's going on? He says, hey, fellas, if you, the Bills, played the Ravens in the playoffs, what's the game plan to beat them? And I think what he's trying to say, what's the game plan to beat them now?
Stop Derrick Henry.
Easier said than done, obviously.
Stop Derrick Henry and make Lamar Jackson beat you with his arm.
But the kick about that is Lamar Jackson. Well, okay, everybody loves Josh Allen and they want this to be NBA. But Lamar Jackson's having a better season. He's having a better season yards wise, completion wise, percentage wise. I think touchdowns is either neck and neck or he might have a couple more. So it's just a Lamar Jackson's year, and I was wrong about the impact of Derrick Henry, but I was also wrong about how good Lamar Jackson could be with a Derrick Henry. The fact that he still didn't give him really a wide receiver outside of Trey Flowers. Yeah. But I think the game plan against the Ravens would be to make him one dimensional. What dimension that is, I would defer to you guys, because I know you said stop Derrick Henry, and you say it's harder said than done, which I agree with. Especially with our light in the pants, light in the patootie tooties at linebacker. Yeah, I said it. It's just it's a slippery slope, because we know how to fall the giant, but we don't know if we have the equipment to fall the giant.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I think to some degree, some of this is. I think it has to be on the coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah.
Even if your head coach comes and says, I don't trust him on the outside. As an OC, especially when you've had him in your offense before, we're going to show him how we know how we use you. You know what I'm saying? We know what's up. That's when you turn to your receiver and say, it's time to turn up. We about to show head coach what's up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Some of this has to be on Brady for that. Like, all the bubble screen stuff. I mean, he's your best downfield receiver. Even still, like, honestly, even still, like, Amari Cooper's fast, but he ain't as fast as Samuel. He ain't as young as Samuel. So I don't know. You got to find a way to fit that in. A couple of people think Coop will be back. Let me see. So Buffalo Buddha says if Coop makes the play, if Coop makes plays in the playoffs, he will probably be back. Who else thought that? Lindsay thinks Micah Hyde will come back.
A lot of people have been saying that.
I mean, he's one hit away. He's one hit away from his life being extremely difficult. I wouldn't allow that.
I think his chances are better than Tua. Like I would feel more. I would put it this way: I would rather see him back out there than Tua back out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Hyde is dealing with a neck, but I don't know. I think it's more sustainable him playing defense and hitting than versus Tua in the pocket getting another hit. Like I've seen it too many times, man. Like it seemed like every year this dude was getting concussed.
Well, I think what the caveat to Hyde is he's had the surgery, he has a rod in his neck, he has a spinal fusion. Yeah. I think 2 of them, which limits your mobility in your neck as it is.
Oh, so the stuff that he did, it limits what he can do.
Yeah, it limits what he can do already, even his strength. You're talking about a guy who is pushing against his nerve. His spinal cord is pushing on it right now. So the fact that if he takes the wrong hit, if he does this, that, and the third, Damar Hamlin be damned. You talk about what happens if he – no, forget that. This is Damar Hamlin times 1,000,000. And the guys have alluded to that are in the know of this kind of injury, with this kind of condition. They said you're one, like you said, you're one hit away from being not a vegetable, but being in chronic pain, not being able to move a hand maybe, or because every time Micah Hyde made a tackle, he said his arm was going numb, as it was. So if you got a way to have him play center field and not have any contact, guess what? Enjoy yourself, but he can't tackle anybody.
So is there any fear of him being like? Has the issue ever came up, or the scare of like him being paralyzed, or like lack of mobility?
Mobility, yes, not paralyzed.
Okay.
That's the same risk as most other people, but mobility because of the basic pinch on his nerve. If it hits the wrong way, it can take away all the strength, or take away the ability to just have a normal gait, or a normal to grip things the right way.
Yeah.
Without numbness. So yeah, it's a slippery slope. I think people that want Amari Cooper back, they don't understand that Amari Cooper is 31 years old. If he gets to the playoffs, he's gonna seek that contract again. Maybe not 20 million, but he's gonna seek more than what we have. Like I said, like we talked about with Myles Garrett last show. If we trade Greg Rousseau, do you want to trade Greg Rousseau and get Amari Cooper? Because if we trade Greg Rousseau, you got $19 million. If you don't get Myles Garrett, obviously, and you give him $10 million, now you only have $9 million to spend in the offseason and draft. That's not palatable to me. Yeah. I need the little bit of money we have to get a Luther Burden, or get a Weiss, or get somebody like that, Isaiah Bond. Give me somebody that can do what Amari Cooper does at 22, 23 years old. I don't want to chase the old cat. We traded for him. He served his purpose. Let him go. Let's get our own Amari Coopers. Let's get our own DK Metcalf. Let's get our own Jetta. I'm tired of getting everybody else's Jettas. I'm tired of getting everybody else's Vons. I'm tired of that. Let's get our own.
Yeah. Mark Cardinal, welcome to the show, my man. Because you're in the chat, you are now part of. Because you are in the chat, you're now part of the family.
Yeah,
that's just the way it is. Deal with it.
Messed up at enter.
Yeah. Shut it. He says Hyde take way more hard hits than Tua though, and that's true. That's true. Yeah. I mean, I said this before. One of the reasons Hyde was always playing that deep third was because he's not a great tackler, and B, every time he does go and try to get a hit in, he's trying to trying to make a hard hit on a guy.
Lay the wood. Yeah, yeah.
Lay the pipe, baby.
Yo, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's what I was trying to avoid saying, but that's fine.
I had to because I just wanted to see his face.
Show's going down the toilet anyway.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was another point here.
See, I always thought that being on the defensive side, you're delivering the hits, you're really not taking the hits. Like Tua, if he's sitting there, he get hit with the blind side in the head, he's done.
Until we saw Taylor Rapp get a knee to the dome piece and come back with the big head.
He had the toes.
We thought that until I saw that head. I'm like, oh, that's why.
This is case in point. Ryan Clark.
Yeah.
How many times you see him knock himself out? Yo, what are you doing? He said, I ain't here.
He used to tear dudes up.
He did. He was little. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, we only did that with you, Roy. Roy says somebody should tell Mark he has to donate money to every family member to be officially welcome. Yeah,
we got rid of that. Sorry, Roy.
Yeah, that was just when you came on. That was just about it. Kev says just activate Kareem Jackson. I wish it was that easy. I really wish it was that easy. Like that's literally the leader of your backfield, your defensive backfield, waiting on the practice squad. He's sitting right there.
Is the Bills' defensive scheme that comprehensive to learn that you just can't jump in and it takes weeks to get this information down and to operate in our defense?
Trey White started his rookie season.
Yeah,
he started his rookie season.
Kareem Jackson
every game.
Year like 16 for him?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, he's been around. So, I mean, it's like, no, they want to tell you this is like Fort Knox. This is G4 classified. No, it's not.
This is like rocket science for defense.
Right. No, there's no way.
But there's because that's one of the other things too, and this is what I kind of wanted to bring up with the safeties we have now. At the safety position, you're taught to play the play first, essentially, right? You can't. It's play first, eyes second, right? That's
non-instinctive. Non-instinctive. Don't be instinctive.
Right. Exactly. Don't get caught looking in the backfield. Read the play. Mm-hmm. Stick with the play. Know who's coming. Know who's trying to get past you. Know who's coming into your space. After that, if once you have that down, and as you get experience in the position, you read things much faster, and that's how Hyde and Poyer were able to do what they were doing, because not only did they play the corner position in which you have to make your reads really fast, but they got used to reading everything in that defense and were able to spend a little bit more time on each play looking at the quarterback and looking at where he's looking. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons why they teach you eyes second is because these quarterbacks are playing games with you to begin with. Mm-hmm. You got Matt Stafford and friggin' Mahomes throwing no-look passes all over the field. Mm-hmm. So you don't ever want to get caught up in that as your primary thing. But one of the things with this Bills defense, they're taught to play. How can I say this? They're an eye-heavy defense. Mm-hmm. They're always looking in the backfield. They're always eyes up, eyes on the ball. Like everything is eyes with this.
That's
defense.
Everything's bail.
So for me, I don't want my run-stopping safeties getting caught up in playing eye defense. Mm. You know what I'm saying? I think that's part of the problem for this team.
Definitely is, and I think that's what people the link people don't understand when they criticize the safeties we have. You know, even the defensive backfield we have. They're not being asked to make those impact plays, those Jairus Byrd plays, those Micah Hyde plays. They're not being asked to do that. They're being asked to make sure everything happens in front of them. Don't let anything behind you. I don't care at what cost. Make sure they don't get behind you. Don't allow the yak yardage if you can help it. We'll play for another down. That's what they say. This is the stuff they always say. Yeah. And people that watched it, they saw Poyer make the big hit. They saw Hyde come across the field and intercept Mac Jones. They're like, yo, I want that because we're used to that. That's Buffalo football. And that's Buffalo football what it used to be. Yeah. Now we got to step into the new age. This is the new age of football for the Bills. We don't have those guys anymore. Maybe I don't believe that either Hamlin or Rapp can become that, but I think they can be the best version of whatever it is that they're asking them to do.
They can play the style of football they're accustomed to, not the Hyde and Poyer way.
Right. All right, 7:56, fellas. I want to get to a few comments here really quick, and then we got to start closing up. Steve asked about a couple of players. He said Jeremy Chin at the deadline. Jamal Adams is out there for pickup. Any one of those guys tickle your fancy?
No, not for me.
Yeah.
Is safety the biggest hole we have on defense now?
No. I think linebacker is.
Linebacker? Okay. I mean, I feel like we can't do anything there because we got Bernard hurt.
That's
supposed to
come back. Bernard's hurt. Williams is dinged up. So yeah,
it's weird. That's part of the problem with having these safeties that are light in the butt.
Yeah.
Roy says Hamlin will become a bench warmer in Pitt next year where he belongs.
Who said that?
Roy.
So, Junie, what were you saying about fantasy football?
First of all, wrong person to ask about.
I'm going to say fantasy basketball, but I was like, maybe
no.
Roy won't care about basketball. He cares about football.
No,
so let me dig in there a little bit.
We just lost one subscriber.
I know. It's okay. He'll be back though when he realizes he has nothing to do on Monday at between 6 and 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
No. T-Bone says, y'all really reminded me why I like the old unis. We need to have them for a game or two. That's why I wore it.
Wait, what old unis? The O.J. Simpsons? Oh, okay.
These.
Drew Bledsoe's.
Yes, sir.
I thought you about O.J. Simpson.
These
like,
are
wow.
the rawest jerseys we ever had. This the year these came out was the year that I became a fan. No lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The year these came out.
Blue face mask.
Huh?
I think I was a fan when they had blue face mask.
No, they had the gray face mask. It was gray face mask, red helmet, and the stripe down the middle.
Had blue they had blue in the early 90s, very, very early 90s, a blue face mask.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
It looked weird.
Huh?
It looked weird.
Well, back then I thought it was hot because everybody had white except for us. Like, yeah.
That don't sound gross at all.
At all.
Predictions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Predictions for the game. Who
What
you
you got,
got?
Keith?
What you got? Where you got it?
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go with the caveat last time. I'm going to say Bills will win this game because they'll figure out what they did last game and do it again. I think they will use Keon Coleman. Mm-hmm. I think Josh Allen, I hope Josh Allen decides that he's going to go through his progressions. I hope Josh Allen doesn't flee from empty pockets where he has time. And I think that he's going to have another 300-yard game. But I think the Bills will win, we'll say 28-21 because we got to travel to the West Coast, and McDermott's going to travel that morning.
Oh, Steve, no, you didn't. He said those drought uniforms are busted as F. Looks like NFL Euro or Arena League. Steve, it's about the only time you and I disagree. This is the wrong thing to disagree on.
I knew Steve was going, well, me and Roy just got into a minor spat. So
well, that's true. Yeah, I suppose
he forgives me, so it's all right.
Can argue. Lindsay's got the Bills 37-24.
Ooh.
Mark says Seattle is horrible against the TE. Yes, especially because their linebackers can't cover.
We haven't found ours yet, though, so maybe this will be the game.
Yeah. So it's 8 o'clock. You got to
go ahead.
Right?
Yeah, I got to go, but go ahead.
All right. So real quick, the title of this episode is who's going to be the breakout guy. I think it's going to be Kincaid. Who y'all got? I think this is going to be one of those back and forth. I think it's going to be one of like a game of the week candidate. Honestly, to me,
I think this is going to be the week when everybody look at Cooper. See, that's why we got to sign him next year. Watch.
Okay, so you got Coop?
I got Coop.
Okay, who you got?
I'm gonna go Shakir.
Ooh, yeah. If they get hungry on Kincaid, man, they might try to shut him down because they know the matchup with the linebackers.
Yeah, Tupac's back.
Yeah.
Tupac's back.
All right. You got everything lined up, or you need to?
I am.
You
I'm
want me
good
to
to
put
go.
the music on, or you want?
However you want to do it.
Go ahead.
All right. This show is brought to you by none other than Ree's Tea. Ree's Tea, 1 part refreshing, 1 part delicious, 2 parts healthy. That's what you can expect when there are only 4 ingredients. Yes, 4 ingredients. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 5, not 3, just 4. And one of them is tea.
The other 3 are healthy, and delicious.
That's right.
That's it.
I don't even drink tea, but I can tell you that's a good drink there. What are you doing? Head on over to Ree's. Get your supply by the case and individual. Why would you do that? Get the case. There's no need for individuals. You're going to be thirsty afterwards. You won't be disappointed. What do I know? See for yourself. Ree's Tea. Click the link in the description and use code DO. Let them know who sent you.
All right, folks. You know what time it is. OLI's favorite session, the closeout.
We got better.
All right, let's try this now. I got 90 seconds to get out of here. So, if you have not done so already, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, make that thing
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
so that you can get notifications when we send notifications like Coach D's Corner, as you've seen today. We love doing the film review session with Coach D. He will not be with us next week, so we're going to be going the Friday after that is going to be the next session with Coach D. So, whatever you see in the Bills game that you want us to take a closer look at, our social media links are right at the bottom of this screen.
Man, find me on X, man. I be putting polls up and everything. I need people to answer those polls.
Yeah, that's true too. We gotta start posting a little bit more too. But right along this spot right here is all our social media links, right? And you can get them in the description where you can just click right on that bad boy. You don't even have to put it in. Okay, just click that thing. It takes you right to us. You can get into the DMs. You can tell us what you need, and we'll be happy to help you with that. Okay, as long as it's football related.
Yeah, don't slide the DMs. Don't do that.
Okay, we got to get out of here. So this has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the All Truth No Sodium takes. I have been your co-host Aramis.
Melly Mac.
40 keys.
We did it in. Man, we still got 20 seconds.
Yeah,
left.
We do.
Yeah, check that out. All right, we got to get out of here anyway because you about to get fired.
I'm definitely about to get fired.
All right, Big Slip Heaven, here we come. Y'all have a great night.
Deuces.